Welcome to Behind the Bands, a show where we bring you a closer look at musicians and artists performing in the four states. I'm your host, Yaneli Lopez, and today we have a Houston, Texas performer, Chris Gardner, who's making a quick stop to perform for us before he heads to Nashville, Tennessee. Chris's music embodies song creation in the most potent and purest form, deep from within the heart. His single, A Love Thing, peaked at number 4 on the country and Americana country charts. So let's go ahead and kick things off with watching this performance of A Love Thing.
I wasn't looking, never saw it coming. Every time that love got close, I started running. I always thought that I was meant to be alone. But then I saw you, my heart was racing, my hands were trembling and my knees were shaking. That's when I knew that maybe I'd found the one. If you get lost, I will find you. Anywhere you go, I'll be right behind you. We fit together like a hand in a glove, and you could be my angel sent from heaven above. And I can't wait to see what tomorrow will bring. Come a little closer, baby, this could be a love thing. A love thing. I spent a lifetime searching all over, tried my best to find that four-leaf clover. I always knew that someday I would find someone. And when I saw you, it all made sense. I kissed a lot of frogs to find my prince. Now that I got him, I ain't gonna let him go. If you get lost, I will find you. Anywhere you go, I'll be right behind you. We've got something that we can't explain. Started with a flicker and it burned into a flame. I can't wait to see what tomorrow will bring. Come a little closer, baby, this could be a love thing. A love thing. A love thing. If you get lost, I will find you. Anywhere you go, I'll be right behind you. We've got something that they can't explain. Started with a flicker and it burned into a flame. I can't wait to see what forever will bring. Scoot you a little closer, baby, this could be a love thing. A love thing. This could be a love thing. Love thing. This could be a love thing.
That was A Love Thing. All right, now let's get to meet Chris. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Nelly. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. So when we talked earlier, you mentioned you don't come from a musical family, but your mom did sing to you.
I did, yes, yeah. When I was little, my mom would sing to me all the time. I'd sneak into my brother's rooms and play their records and stuff. So that's how that all started, with the love of music.
I was going to say, so what motivated you to go into the music industry?
I started writing songs just as I was going through high school, and they kind of progressed through there. I played in bands and started writing originals and just fell in love with it. So I just love performing, yes.
So you did mention that when you were 19, you actually entered in a contest that actually kicked off your music career. Can you describe what happened in that situation, or what that was like?
Sure. I had a friend of the family that he had a band. I'd moved down to Texas. I grew up in Buffalo, New York, and I moved down to Texas to play baseball at Texas at Arlington and blew my shoulder out. And I always had the love of music while I was recuperating. A friend of the family, his band played all over in Dallas and Fort Worth, and they had a little recording studio in their jam room. So I recorded a song, and he was saying that there was a local radio station that was holding a contest called 12 by 12. They were picking 12 local artists, each doing one song.
Oh.
So I went in the major studio with them. We recorded the first one, and it got picked out of the 1,000 entries to be on the record. I thought, oh, wow, that is cool, you know? Yeah.
It definitely pushed for
Yes,
it. Well, congratulations
yes.
on that.
Thanks.
So we noticed that your main instrument is acoustic guitar.
It is,
How
yes.
did you learn playing the guitar?
You know, I'm kind of self-taught. I wasn't, wasn't formally trained on the guitar, and just grew up playing, listening to what I was hearing on the radio and all the songs that I loved. And yeah, that was the easiest way to do it.
Do you play other instruments as well?
I play piano, but just chord-wise. I use that when I'm writing a lot of times.
Okay. All right. So how would you describe your music style for our audience?
Well, you know, it's fallen under the Americana country genre, and basically what that is, it's more of a blend of rock, country, pop, and blues. You used to have to get shoved into one category or another to get airplay, you know, and a lot of times you would have to, I love this song, but I can't put it on this record because it's not country enough or it's not rock enough. That's the beautiful thing about Americana, is it just encompasses all those genres.
And so that also lets you, like in case you don't want to do just country for your whole thing, you can do a little bit of blues,
exactly,
rock. So I think
a little
that's
bit of rock. And I think those are all, I love all kinds of music. And I'm more about the song, from rap to pop to blues to old Motown and country too. So it helps you blend all those in a little bit, you know?
It definitely lets you explore a little bit.
It
different
does,
genres.
yes.
So who would you say are some of your influences?
Some of my big influences are the Beatles, of course. I know it's a ways back now, but then the Eagles, but I love a lot of the new artists too. Ed Sheeran is great, I think, and you know, I like Taylor Swift stuff too. You know, but yes, but Sir Mix-a-Lot also, you know. So yeah, I have a wide eclectic taste. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I listen to different kinds of genres too.
Sure.
But so this next song you're gonna perform is called "The Rocky Road."
Yes.
Can you describe that song for us?
Yes, yeah, that was a song about a young couple that was in love, and he decided he was going to try to be a rock star, and went on the road to try to get that dream, and with every intention of coming back and spending the rest of his life with her, and he never quite made it back. So I know you guys are young now, but as you get older, I'm sure you've had that in your life, or maybe there was somebody that you thought you had a connection with, but you either with somebody else at the time, or geographically undesirable because they live too far away, and then you get down the road and you wonder how would life would have been different if you would have gone that way. You know?
I feel like that's true for a lot of people, that
really
they will
is.
separate, each go their different way, and then once they don't make it, they're like, well, maybe we should have stayed or something.
Yes, yeah, but it's hard going back 10 years down the road or so.
It definitely changes.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you. So we're going to go ahead and take a listen to that song.
Okay, all right.
Here's Chris Gardner with The Rocky Road.
Left her standing in the rain in Colorado, and I told her someday I would come back home. Then I headed down the road to find tomorrow. I was all alone, yes, I was all alone. Said that she would sometimes think about me, and the times that I used to hold her in my arms. Yeah, but maybe she'd be better off without me. Where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? And I sometimes sit and I wonder how love drifted out of sight. And I won't forget the feeling I'd get when I held her late at night. I'd look into those deep brown eyes, ask her, darling, please, to walk down that rocky road with me. Now the sun don't seem to shine as brightly in the summertime, and the miles on the road can't leave behind the pain. Yeah, chasing after this dream, it sure gets hard sometimes. Here I go again. I never made it back to Colorado, but I still think about her every day. Yeah, it's lonely living this life that I've chosen without her, but I know it's better this way. God knows it's better this way. Still I sometimes sit and I wonder how love drifted out of sight, and I won't forget the feeling I'd get when I held her late at night. I'd look into those deep brown eyes, ask her, darling, please, to walk down that rocky road with me. Yes, I'd look into those deep brown eyes, ask her, darling, please, walk down that rocky road with me.
And we are back with Chris. So you mainly perform originals. You have
Yes.
done covers in the past.
Yes.
So what does the process of creating a song look like?
You know, some songs come in 5 minutes, and some, it's like squeezing the water out of the towel, you know? For me personally, my songs all come from experience. That's easier for me to write. It saves me thousands of dollars in therapy bills. I always was a little jealous of those artists that could see somebody sitting on a bench and just make a whole song up about, you know, a past, you know, his whole situation. So for me, it's kind of therapeutic to just write. And those are the songs that I love, that people, those always spoke to me, the songs that feel like they're singing directly to you.
Yep,
You know?
songs that you can relate to and stuff.
Yes,
It definitely hits different from just listening to any other song. So when you write your songs, do you follow a certain theme, or do you like writing about just anything in general?
Just basically whatever issue I'm dealing with at that time, whether it's a broken heart or, you know, dealing with you know, different life issues that come up. So
I noticed that on some of your songs, you're singing with someone else, or usually, and then today you obviously came as a solo artist.
Sure.
Are you normally a solo artist, or do you have like a band, or how does that?
I do have a band typically that I play with. I do a lot of acoustic gigs, which is fun to get out and to do the covers. I just played in so many bands for so many years. It's hard playing till 2 in the morning when nobody's listening and they're asking them to turn the jukebox down, you know, because they turn the music down so they can't hear the jukebox. I just really enjoy performing the originals. I do have a band behind me, and I have done some duets with a bunch of different artists. Sarah Dash, that had sung with LaBelle, they did the original Lady Marmalade. I know Evelyn Rubio was here a few weeks ago, and I did a duet with her. And then the latest on A Love Thing was Kelly Peters, who sings a lot with me live.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was actually my next question. Was I know you performed with Evelyn Rubio, which we actually showed here on Behind the Bands and also Beyond Billboard Hits.
Yes.
So how do you go about choosing who to perform with?
Evelyn is a big name in town, you know, in Houston, and of course internationally as well. It was we used some of the same studio musicians in the band, and I had seen some of the same band members in the studio, I think I should say. And I had seen her perform around town, and I had one song that I thought, oh gosh, I had reached out to John in Houston, who is our mutual PR guy, and asked if Evelyn might be interested in singing on that, and she came in, and it just worked out great. So and The Love Thing, I had sang so much with Kelly Peters, I wanted to write a song specifically for us to do, and that's what I did with The Love Thing.
Is that different from what Kelly Peters?
Yeah, and with this one, it wasn't a couples only to the dance floor duet. I wanted to do something that was fun and up tempo a little bit, you know.
Switch it up a bit.
Yes, not the, you know, with the lighter.
We can get,
Yeah.
So When you go about recording your songs, do you have your own studio?
I recorded, and my process is I record it on, I have a small little recorder. I'll record it acoustically, and then I'll send it off to the band. And then we go in and just have a nice little powwow. Here's the framework of the song. And these guys are such incredible musicians. I know some artists will go in, I want you to play just this, I want you to play that, exactly like this. These guys have played on thousands of records. It's like, hey man, here's how it goes. Just play whatever you're feeling. And I think that adds a lot to the music because it's a little more authentic when it comes that way. And they have their little creative freedom too. So it's a real cool process. I'd like to shoot a video of that one day to see how that goes, just in the studio as we're recording. Yeah.
So I noticed in some of your music videos, you actually have, you guys are like with Kelly, you guys are in a studio. Is that where you normally do your songs? Sorry.
Yes, I do. I recorded a studio, Wire Road Studios in Houston. And with Andy Bradley, a world-renowned engineer and dear friend and producer. And what we've done is, I've done some live show performances, but what we've done with the last 2 records is just do a live version of the record in the studio, a video of that.
Yeah.
Just play it from front to back, and that's how those videos all came out.
All right. And so then we also have another song called Second Time Around. Can you describe that song for us?
Yes, that was, I don't know if you've ever been through a breakup like we talked about earlier, how they'd come around like that.
Yeah.
And then you maybe take a step back and think, oh gosh, well maybe it was a mistake to break up, you know? And then you try getting back together and then you realize a month later that no, it absolutely was not a mistake. And then you don't have those second feelings anymore that, okay, I'm ready to move on now.
Yeah.
This was the correct choice to make. So it's better the second time around, like the second time through the breakup, I guess, is that.
Now you know, you're for sure now.
You're for sure now, and you're at peace to move on, yes.
All right, well then we're going to go ahead and take a listen to that.
All right.
All right, here is Second Time Around.
Well, the bags were packed, guns were loaded as we headed on down the line. Took one last look in the rearview mirror to see what I was leaving behind. For 10 long years I gave you all I had. 10 long years I tried to be the kind of man to keep you satisfied. Sometimes that's just not enough. Sometimes we want it all. But I don't know if there's enough love to give. Usually find the answer lying pieces on the ground. It's better now. The second time around. Well, the front porch dark and the walls are empty. This house just ain't a home. Sometimes I can even see you there when I'm all alone. And we both gotta share getting our hearts ripped open. The wounds will heal in time. Just gotta have faith and keep believing that things gonna work out fine. Sometimes that's just not enough. Sometimes you want it all. But I don't know if there's enough love to give. Sometimes you gotta die a little for new life to be found. It's better now. The second time around. Sometimes that's just not enough. Sometimes you want it all. But I don't know if there's enough love to give. You're rising from the ashes, your new life's waiting to be found. It's better now. The second time around. It's better now. The second time around.
And that was Second Time Around. So you did release an album called Second Helpings, which actually made it #5 on the country and Americana country charts. And not only that, you actually got nominated for the CMA of Texas Award for the 2025 Americana album. Can you explain what that experience is?
Well, the award was just an honor. There's so many incredible artists, as an independent artist, and I can't thank Mary Minter and the CMA of Texas enough for giving me that. It's just a little validation too for all the years of hard work. It isn't always easy. There's a lot of times you want to turn around and give up. Especially, I liken it to climbing the stairs, and you get to the top, and you're about to open the door, and somebody pulls a lever, and you slide back down.
Slide back down.
And then you get back up and do it after so many times. It's like, do I want to try to climb up again? So yes, it's just it's a real honor, and I'm humbled by it.
All right. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So you do, of course, travel beyond tours and stuff, and you have performed in places like Los Angeles, Houston, Dallas, even New York, and you're actually heading to Nashville.
Yes.
How does the audience differ from state to state?
It's the hard part I had with like some of the shows is the New York show I did was I'd done a duet with Sarah Dash, and it got thrown into the R&B category. So a lot of the audience that was there was more thinking that I was an R&B artist. So with Ebony and Essence magazine and a lot of the other just R&B scene radio stations. But I think once they start hearing the songs, and I think the songs relate across genres. So the audiences have been great everywhere, and each one's different in their own way, but you just kind of get a feel for that as a performer and play to the room. So.
All right. So of course you are originally from, or not originally, but your main is right now is Houston, Texas.
Yes.
What are some of your favorite places to perform there?
There's a few places that have actually been knocked down now, but Rockefeller's was a great place. That was I like playing the original venues, and there's not a lot of original places now that you can play. You're really encouraged to play a lot more cover songs. But McGonagall's Monkey Duck. There's a place called the Warehouse Live. There's a place called the Continental, and Fitzgerald's used to be there before they had to just bulldoze it because everything that had happened in that place.
Okay. So what would you say are some of your biggest accomplishments as a musician so far?
Well, so far, of course, the CMA of Texas Award ranks right up there with anything I've received. But now, after this last Love Thing record, I have top 20 singles on the Americana Roots music charts. So just the validation again, from going from a thought in your head to writing it down, and in the studio recording it and thinking, oh gosh, I think everybody would like this, if they could just hear it. And the response from the audiences as well as the radio stations have just been great. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Then you did start off with winning obviously a contest, and then you've been
Yes,
winning
it
since
started
then.
all
So
from there. And yes.
So where can the audience go to learn more about you, not just about you, but also your music?
Sure, they can go to chrisgardnermusic.com. It's got all my records, got all my videos, it's got upcoming show dates and little bios, and
Is your music on any of the streaming services?
it's on every streaming service. Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, everything.
Okay, and then of course we do have one more song for you to perform for us. Can you describe the meaning behind Real American Hero?
This was a song, I was a young parent. I had two sons, and my wife and I got divorced, and I got custody of the kids. So I was a single dad, and I got them to bed one night, and I was watching like a 2020 type news show. And it was an hour of dad bashing about deadbeat dads and how these guys were quitting their jobs so they didn't have to pay child support and all this other stuff, and how almost every dad was a deadbeat. And I knew that that I wasn't alone in being somewhere that was there raising their kids the right way. And that's what it came out of. It was kind of in response to that. Just the guys that are there every single day, go to work, pick the kids up, and being around for baseball and for baseball practices and raising them. Yes.
All right, well, brings kind of awareness to that.
Yes, it really
So,
does. Yes.
All right, well, thank you so much, Chris, for being here with me today. I
All right.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much, Nellie. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And we're going to leave you with one more performance by Chris Gardner. Here's Real American Hero. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.
Well, he wakes up in the morning, he rolls up out of bed, pours himself some coffee, gets the children dressed and fed. He's out the door and off to school, and to work from 9 to 5. Ain't gonna make him no millionaire, it's enough to stay alive. He's a real American hero, he's carrying a heavy load. He ain't got no suit of armor or no castles filled with gold. He's got his life with his children, that's all he'll ever need. He's a real American hero, he's got everything. Got no crystal chandeliers, got no fancy car, but a man who's rich in peace and love is a better man by far. It isn't always easy, 'cause nothing ever comes for free. There ain't no other place in this whole wide world he would rather be. 'Cause he's a real American hero, he's carrying a heavy load. He ain't got no suit of armor or no castles filled with gold. He's got his life with his children, that's all he'll ever need. He's a real American hero, he's got everything. Sometimes it's more than he can take. He almost feels like giving up the fight. It's too late to turn around. He may bend, but he won't break. If he can just keep holding on, everything's gonna be alright. He's a real American hero, he's carrying a heavy load. He ain't got no suit of armor or no castles filled with gold. He's got his life with his children, that's all he'll ever need. Yeah, he's a real American hero, he's got everything. He's a real American hero, he's got everything.